15, 30, 40. To a newcomer, the points in a typical tennis match sound like an arbitrary sequence of numbers. However, the system follows a specific internal logic. We are going to walk through how to keep score, where exactly to stand on the court, and how to navigate the high-stakes pressure of a late tiebreak. The sport is built on a series of nesting layers. You win points to win games, games to win sets, and sets to win the match. At the baseline, your physical objective is to hit the ball over the net so it lands inside your opponent's lines, making it impossible for them to return it. By looking at how these building blocks fit together, we can follow the progression of the score as it builds from the first serve to the final point. Every game begins with one player serving from behind the baseline. They aim the ball diagonally into the opponent's service box. The server is allowed 2 attempts. If they miss both, they lose the point. If a serve clips the net tape but still lands in the box, it is called a let, a replay that does not count as a fault. The score moves from 0, or love, to 15, 30, and 40. The next point won usually ends the game. When announcing, the server's tally is always stated first. If you've won 1 point while your opponent won 2, it's 15-30. The standard sequence changes if both players reach 3 points each. A score of 40-40 is known as deuce. From a deuce, a player must win 2 consecutive points to take the game. Winning the first point gives that player the advantage. If they win the next point, they secure the game. If they lose it, the score returns to deuce. This means a game is only won when a player moves past a state of parity, establishing a clear 2-point lead to close it out. As games accumulate, they form a set. The first player to reach 6 games wins the set. The win by 2 requirement also applies here. A set can end 6-4, but if the score reaches 5-5, the players must continue until someone wins 7-5. Serving duties alternate. Once a game finishes, the person who was receiving the serve now takes over the serving role for the entire next game. To maintain a level playing field, players must physically switch ends of the court after the first, third, and every odd-numbered game thereafter. During active play, the ball can only bounce once on your side before you must hit it to keep the point alive. Remember that if any part of the ball touches the white paint of the boundary lines, it is considered in. To win a standard match, a player typically needs to secure 2 out of 3 sets. By alternating the serve and switching ends, the rules ensure that external factors like the sun or wind affect both players equally over the course of the match. When a set reaches a 6-6 tie, the standard game rotation completely stops and the players enter a tiebreak. The scoring shifts to a standard numerical count, 1, 2, 3, and so on. The goal is to reach 7 points with a lead of at least 2. In this serve rotation, player A begins by serving exactly 1 point. Afterward, players take turns serving 2 points in a row for the remainder of the tiebreak. They also switch ends of the court after every 6 total points played. This tiebreak provides a definitive conclusion to a set that has reached a standstill, preventing the match from stretching into an indefinite marathon. This multi-set scoreboard illustrates the complete architecture of a match, showing how individual points in games culminate in a final result. If you lose your place in the count during a game, remember the primary convention. The server's score is always announced first. This framework applies whether you are playing a single set of singles or a full best-of-3 match in doubles. Step up to the baseline, prepare your toss, and call out 15 love for the very first time.